राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद।
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Sorry, I am 3 minutes late.
No problem. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Yeah, I knew I have to join, but I was a little busy.
This is Padmanayan Prabhu, is a
You
senior
can start.
disciple of His Holiness Radha Govind Goswami Maharaj, and is the director of Mayapur Institute for many years, traveling and preaching. He's been in US even recently this year, and we give classes on our Zoom channel previously. So we welcome with Lord Haribol. Haribol! 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 So please begin, Prabhu. Thank
Okay.
you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मदेक बंधु मत संगी मद्गुरो मन महाधन मन निस्तारक मद्भाग्य मदानंद नमस्तुते। असाधु साधुता दायिन् अति नीच चतारक हान मंच कदाचिन् मां प्रेम्णायत कंठयास्पृह। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Welcome everybody, dear devotees. Thank you for giving us this wonderful opportunity to spend for me this evening. For you is morning maybe, right? Yes,
Yes,
so
Prabhu.
we will
Yeah.
go through the teachings of Lord Rishabh there. This is a very important section, and especially in today's verse, uh, he has a very beautiful piece of message for us who are inclined to practice Kevala Bhakti, pure devotional service. So, in the instructions of Lord Rishabh there, he is speaking about the essence of the human life. He started speaking about the goal of human life is not for sense enjoyment, but by performing austerity and penances, one should experience Brahma Sukha, which is unlimited. Uh, then he spoke about when somebody associates with a Mahatma, he becomes liberated. On the other hand, when one associates with a materialistic person, Bisai, then he goes to hell. Hmm? So he spoke about the qualities of a Mahatma. Then he spoke about the bondage which is created by the ego, ahankar. Uh, what is ahankar? What is ego? False ego. False ego is nothing but the mind when actually mind when the mind rides on different type of desires, or you can say reasonings, or deliberations, or you can say conflicting arguments. When mind hover over conflicting arguments, reasonings, then that is actually the knot, Hridaya Granthi, which is called Ahankar also. And so Rishabdev spoke that how one can become free from this knot of Ahankar. First, he spoke about, in the previous verses, he spoke about one who is practicing Jnana, Bhakti Mishra Jnana. Bhakti Mishra Jnana means those sadhakas who predominantly practice Jnana, they concoct on the scripture, or they may have bhakti, but very minute quantity. eh? Bhakti is little, jnana is prominent. For such a sadhaka, he spoke about how they can become freed from this ahankar, the knot. eh? Then now he is going to speak about 20 different types of sadhana, 20 different types of practices undertaken by those who practice Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Jnana Mishra Bhakti means those who practice predominantly Bhakti, but little bit Jnana is also there. So now the question can be asked, what are we? Are we in the category of Bhakti Mishra Jnana practitioners or Jnana Mishra Bhakti practitioners? If you see the instructions of Srila Rupa Goswami, we can very easily understand we are actually supposed to be Kevala Bhakta, hmm? undertaking pure devotional service. So, very scientifically, in first two verses, that is text number 10 and 11, Srila Rishabdev has spoken how a devotee or one who practices Kevala Bhakti can become free from this ego. We can say the bondage which is binding this soul into this material world. That is for those who are practicing Kevala Bhakti. But those who are practicing Jnana Mishra Bhakti, for them, entire 25 items are applied. Okay, in these four verses, Rishabdev is giving 25 types of sadhana practice to be undertaken uh, to by Jnana Mishra Bhaktas to become free from this ego, the bondage of this world. So let us start with text number 10. हंसे गुरौ मयि भक्त्यानुवृत्त्या वितृष्णयाद्वन्द्वतितिक्षया च सर्वत्र जन्तोर्व्यसनावगत्या जिज्ञासया तोपसेहानिवृत्त्या मत्कर्मभिर्मत्तप कथया च नित्यं मद्देव संगाद् गुणकीर्तनान्मे निर्वैरसाम्योपशमेन पुत्रा जिहाशया देहगेहात्मबुद्धे अध्यात्मयोगेन विविक्तसेवया प्राणेन्द्रियात्माभिजयेन सद्यक् सदृच्छया ब्रह्मचर्येण शश्वत् असम्प्रमादेन जमेन वाचां सर्वत्र मद्भावविचक्षणेन ज्ञानेन विज्ञानविराजितेन योगेन धृत्योद्यमसत्त्वयुक्तो लिंगम व्यपोहेत कुशलो हमाख्यम. Lingam व्यपोहेत means one will become free from this linga, srira, this body, or he will become free from the bondage. So how? There are 25 sadhana practices. So first he says, Hamse Guru Mai Bhaktyana Vritya. So if we go, it may take a long time. So let me directly go to the verse, just start explaining so that it will be easier. Then we can save some time for question and answer session. So Hamse Guru Mai Bhaktyana Vritya. हमसे गुरु, हमसे अविद्या दोष गंध रहिते गुरु ही तो उपदेष्टोपि मयि. Means he is saying that one should take shelter of a spiritual master, guru. Who is that guru? The guru should be free from even avidya dosha gandha rahita. Means there is not even a tinge of ignorance. Means he is perfectly Krishna conscious person. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jai Krishna Tattvavetta Sai Guruha. She is a perfect, knowledgeable person about Krishna Bhakti. So therefore, Rishabdev is saying, Madrupe Guru Bhaktya. Means, Acharya Mam Vijaniyat. Acharya is Krishna's manifestation. So such a Guru who is totally free from ignorance, means he is fully conscious of Krishna, one should perform bhakti. And means he should take instructions from such a guru how to render devotional service. And then anuvritya. Anuvritya means he must perform service unto such a person. How? Tatparataya. Means when your Guru Maharaj comes to your house or when you go to temple, you meet your Gurudev, you must be very much eager to render service to your spiritual master. So this is one way. That's why I say, Hamse Guru Mai and Bhaktya Anuvritya. So in this connection, Prabhupada was speaking about there are so many spiritual organizations. These gurus who are not knowledgeable about Krishna, they are in ignorance. By serving them, by taking instructions from such gurus, one cannot become free from the bondage. Okay. Then he is speaking about Vitrishnaya. Vitrishnaya means Niskamataya. Means Sabdadishu Vigata Trishna. We have got these 10 different senses, especially 5 knowledge acquiring senses. these senses are always eager to experience form, taste, smell, etc. So, Vitrishna means a devotee who is engaged in the practice of Kevala Bhakti. He should be totally detached from these sense objects. Rupa Ras Gandha Sabda Sparsha, Vitrishna, and Bandhu Titikshaya cha. He is free from the dualities of material world, and he practices tolerance, means he tolerates. Uh, and सर्वत्र जंतुर व्यसनावगत्या means he, by dint of his spiritual practice, spiritual knowledge, is able to see the vyasana, dukkha, or you can say the miseries, the sufferings, and the miserable condition of life is seen everywhere, sarvatra, whether he is going to the heavenly planet, he is staying in this world, or even he is going to the uh, um, lower planets where there are ample enjoyment is available. But this person who is engaged in practicing bhakti, especially Kevala Bhakti, he has no other interest than serving Krishna, by which he can attain the abode of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he sees even the enjoyment in the Patalok or even the heavenly planets, they are full of miseries. सर्वत्र जंतुर्विषणावगत्या जिज्ञासया तपस्यानुवृत्त्या जिज्ञासया means he knows very well what is to be abandoned in the practice of Krishna Bhakti, and what is to be chosen, means what is to be accepted. As we know, anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. That is called jigyasaya. Or we can say, for us, those who are practicing Kevala Bhakti, Bhakti Bhajaniya Ishwarasya means he is always inquisitive to know about his bhajaniya vastu. Means if we are somebody is a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna, then he must be always asking about how he must render service unto Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for his pleasure. That is called jigyasaya. There is no other inquiry. Then tapasyahanuvritya. This is a very, very important phrase used for us, we can say, because those who are practicing this Kevala Bhakti, they should know what is the meaning of performing austerities and penances at the same time, yahanuvritya, beparantara rahityena, means he does not have any other business than simply serving his worshipable Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because we are giving a lot of stress onto the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because independently serving Sri Radha Govinda will not be able to enter into the realm of devotional service in Guru Vrindavan. But simply by dedicating ourselves to the service of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which will attract the mercy of Srimati Radharani, by which a sadhaka can eventually attain the service and the lotus feet of Sri Radha Govinda in Vrindavan. So therefore, in this connection, it is said that tapasa iha nivritya. Brita kankha nivritya means when somebody is practicing pure devotional service, he should give up vain desires uh, uh, by practice of austerity and penances. So I was thinking we should spend little time to understand this, because we are sadhakas. What is the meaning of or what type of vain desires a Vaishnava sometimes may carry. Uh, that means these are, you can say, one category is ego-centered spiritual desires. Spiritual desires are there, but it is ego-centered. Means he is wanting recognition, praise, followers, uh, desire to be known as a great devotee, uh, or scholar, speaker, renunciant. uh. So like this, if he's having, this is actually stumbling block. It should be given up. Desire for control and authority. Sometimes in practice, devotional practice, someone might be wanting to control others in the name of service. Because why we are discussing this, I have seen in our society these things happen. That's why tapasa ihano vritya, nivritya. This person, unless we understand clearly and practice, will not be able to free ourselves from the bondage. Okay? And sometimes the desire to be known as a great devotee, as we said, mm, or he tries to control others in the name of service. Desire to dominate disciples, uh, or juniors, uh, or even institution. Some people they try to dominate. So they will not be able to become free from the bondage of this ego. Then sometimes they become excessive, there is excessive anxiety for comfort, wealth, prestige, power, desire for power, social position. So these are, as long as these things are there, uh, one will not be able to become free from the bondage, uh, or desire for results rather than service. He is not interested in service, but he is mostly interested in results. Uh, he is practicing bhakti with a transactional mentality. I do this, what I am going to get. Uh, and desire to be free from all difficulty. Oh, I am practicing bhakti means there should not be any challenge. Uh, okay? I am doing everything correct. Nobody has to correct me. There is no correction necessary for me. There should not be any inconvenience. No, we should not think like that. Okay? If you are thinking that there should not be any inconvenience or there should not be any challenge, that means we are bound. We are not becoming free. Hmm? Desire to reform others without reforming oneself. Always ready to instruct others, criticizing others. Uh, so this is not freeing oneself. Uh, Desire for premature renunciation. Uh, so that means he's wanting for sannyas, or advanced status prematurely when he's not ready. Or he's seeking a position without qualification or maturity. I should be the leader in the society, but he doesn't have maturity. He's not qualified. Uh, uh, Sometimes sectarian pride, or my group or my guru, is superior to all others. So these are the stumbling block. They are actually creating bondage, identifying more with levels than with the service to Krishna. Uh, So these things are actually creating problems. Therefore, here Rishabdev is saying, one who is practicing Kevala Bhakti, he must know how to free oneself from the bondage Therefore, he is speaking about tapasa ihana vritya. Or even Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he also gives a very wonderful commentary about this tapasa ihana vritya. He is saying, tapasa ekadvashi kartikadi vrata lakshanena. That means we practice Janmashtami Ekadashi Vrata or Kartik Vrata. Okay, that means during month of Kartik, devotees they reduce their eating habits. They don't eat very opulent food. So this is kind of austerity. Okay, Ekadashi also austerity, right? And Vishnu Vaishnava Seva Nibandhana Swiya Bhojana Sayanadi Sankocha Lakshanena cha. Or another meaning of tapasya is one who is engaged in practicing Kevala Bhakti. Sometimes when he is engaged in the service of Krishna, Vishnu, or the devotees of the Lord, he even relinquishes his body demands. What are those? Sure, bhojana sayanadi. He would eat less, he will sleep less. I have seen Janmashtami in Mayapur, especially Janivas Prabhu. In Mayapur, Janmashtami day, Janivas Prabhu will be, heavily loaded with service. I'm talking about, beginning days when I came. Nowadays, so many devotees are there, but on those days we have seen both these brothers, Janivas Brahmajangi Prabhu, Janmashtami day from the beginning, they cannot even sleep, on that night. By the time they, finish everything, it will be around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And then again they have to get the deity ready for Mangalarti, right? Next day, 4 o'clock. Hardly eat anything. Don't eat, don't sleep. So this is what Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is saying. Those who are practicing Kevala Bhakti, when they are engaged in the service of Vishnu and Vaishnavas, they even relinquish their eating and sleeping. So that is the tapasya. Yahanavritya. There is no other business for such a devotee. And mat karma bhi mat kathaya cha nityam. Nityam means every day, regularly. These devotees are engaged in serving Krishna, mat karma. In Bhagavad Gita, he says, mat karma krin, mat parama, mat bhakta sangha varijita. So mat karma krin means that Vishnu, Siddhar Swami says, he is working in Lord's garden. He is working in Tulasi garden. He is constructing a temple for the Lord. So all these things are mat karma, means the activities for Krishna, devotional service. In your congregation, you are doing preaching. You have different festivals. On Sunday, you are cooking for the devotees, feeding devotees, cultivating new devotees. So in that way, that is called mat karma, mat kathaya, and hearing about the narration about the Supreme Lord, nityam, and Maddeva Sangat, association with the devotees of the Lord, and Guna Kirtanan me, and they are engaged in glorifying the qualities of the Supreme Lord. Nirvaira Samyo Pasamena Putra Nirvaira. He does not develop enmity towards anyone. And Samyam. Samya means Samya means he regards happiness and distress of others as his own. Very important. Huh? That means if something is going to make me happy, it should be also applied for others. If something is making me, unhappy, then I should see it is going to make unhappy to others. If somebody is speaking something bad to me, I'm not happy, then I should not also speak such kind of bad words to others, right? So this is very important. Anyasya sukha dukkhayo so sukha dukkha samya bhavana means He sees suffering and happiness in others as he also feels happiness and sufferings in himself. Uh, Then upasama, krodha vyabhav, means kama, krodha, lobha, moha. All these things are not there in him. He cultivates that. Even if there is some provocating situation, he is practicing tolerance. Or um, uh, Sometimes when we are in this world, we become too much attached to our family, our house, our children, and it is very difficult to give up this attachment. Uh, Even if it is very difficult, but still a devotee who is practicing Kevala Bhakti, he desires to give up this kind of attachments. That's why he's saying, Jihasaya Deho Gihatma Buddhe, Atma Buddhe. Srila Prabhupada has spoken a lot in his purport about these two verses. I'm just reading, then we'll go back to the verse again. In purport, he's saying, in the four verses, Rishabdev tells his sons how they can be freed from the false identification arising from false ego and material conditional life. So these four verses are teaching how to free oneself from the bondage of this world. One gradually becomes liberated by practicing as mentioned above, undertaking these 25 practices. All these prescribed methods enable one to give up the material body, linga upad, uh, uh, lingam vyopohet. He will become free from the ahankar uh, and be situated in his original spiritual body. First of all, one has to accept a bona fide spiritual master. Hamse Guru Mai Bhaktyanuvritya. That is Prabhupada is commenting here. Uh, First of all, one has to accept a bona fide spiritual master. This is advocated by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Samhita Sindhu. Sri Ado Sri Guru Padasraya. To be freed from the entanglement of the material world, one has to approach a bona fide, approach a spiritual master. Tad vijnanartham sagurum evabhigachet. By questioning the spiritual master and by serving him, one can advance in spiritual life. When, that's what we said, no, anuvritya. Hamse Guru Mai Bhaktyanuvritya. So far, Prabhupada is just commenting on this phrase. Okay. When one engages in devotional service, naturally the attraction for personal comfort, for eating, sleeping, and dressing is reduced. Yahanuvritya. Okay. Or you can say jihasya deho gihatma buddhe, he's giving up that also, is reduced. By associating with a devotee, mad bhakta, maddeva sangat, this is what he's commenting here. By associating with the devotee, a spiritual standard is maintained. The word Madheva Sangat is very important. There are many so-called religions devoted to the worship of various demigods, but here good association means association with one who simply accepts Krishna as his worshipable deity. This is the meaning of Madheva Sangat. Um, Another important item is Dvandva Titiksa. The first verse, Vitrishnaya Dvandva Titiksayacha. Dvandva Titiksa. As long as one is situated in the material world, there must be pleasure and pain arising from the material body. As Krishna advises in Bhagavad Gita, Tam Titiksa Swabharata, one has to learn how to tolerate the temporary pain and pleasures of this material world. one must also be detached from his family and practice celibacy. Now, Prabhupada is going down. Okay? अध्यात्म योगेन विविक्त सेवया प्राणेन्द्रियात्म विजयेन सद्यक सत्सदया brahmacharyena. See, third verse, now he's starting from here. Okay? So, if you see Prabhupada's purport, most of the purport he has spent in speaking about the first two verses. Huh? So, now he is speaking. One must also be detached from his family and practice celibacy. Sex with one's wife, according to the scriptural injunctions, is also accepted as brahmacharya celibacy. But illicit sex is opposed to religious principles and it hampers advancement in spiritual consciousness. So here Prabhupada is saying sex with one's wife, according to the scriptural injunctions, is also accepted as brahmacharya celibacy. I was just reading few days back, uh, you know, Kama. According to Manusmriti, Kama does not mean just uh, you know gross lust. Actually, there it is explained Kama means two parties agrees to uh, give birth to a Krishna conscious child. Uh, See, our Vedic explanation about even the word karma is so sacred. That's why Prabhupada is saying when it is according to the religious practices, then that is also accepted as celibacy, brahmacharya. Another important word is Vijnana Vijrimbhita. The last verse. Jnanena Vijnana Virajitena. Virajita. Jnanena Virajita. Everything should be done very scientifically and consciously. One should be a realized soul. In this way, one can give up the entanglement of material bondage. That means here, jnanena vijnana viraditena, sarvatra madbhava vichakshana. Whatever we see, स्थावर जंगम देखे ना देखे तार मूर्ति सर्वत्र होय निज इष्ट देव स्फूर्ति. Means whatever a devotee sees in this world, even though it is just material creation, but in every aspect of God's creation, he is able to see Krishna through his energy. Huh? Jnanena, he has this knowledge, and then Vijnana Virajitena. Here, Vijnana means realization. Not that he just on the platform of knowledge, he is able to relate, but whatever Krishna says, he practices it. Then eventually that practice helps him to realize Krishna in every aspect of his creation. Therefore, jnana vijnana virajitena yogena dhrityudyama sattva. So he is always engaged in practicing. Here yoga means Prabhupada is saying yogena dhrityud. Okay, what is that? Yogena, by practice of bhakti yoga, Prabhupada is saying. So, for the devotee is saying. But others are explaining, even Vishnu Chakravarti have Ashtanga yoga practice. Because for the devotees, first two verses are enough. This is talking about bhakti, sorry, Jnana Mishra Bhakta. Maybe he is practicing Ashtanga yoga. And he is very, very enthusiastic. So we also need to be very enthusiastic. Then lingam vyapohet kusalo aham akhyam. That aham akhyam means the false identification with the material world as me and mine. One will be able to release oneself if he practices these sadhanas. So Prabhupada further comments in the purport, as Sri Madhvacharya points out, the sum and substance of these four slokas is that one should refrain from acting out of a desire for sense gratification and should instead always engage in the Lord's loving service. In other words, Bhakti Yoga is the acknowledged path of liberation. Srila Madhvacharya quotes from the Adhyatma, Atmano Vihitam Karma वर्जयित्वान्यकर्मणः कामस्य च परित्यागो nirihetyahuruttama. He says, one should perform activities only for the benefit of the soul. Any other activities should be given up. When a person is situated in this way, he is said to be desireless. Actually, a living entity cannot be totally desireless. But when he desires the benefit of the soul and nothing else, he is said to be desireless. Spiritual knowledge is jnana vijnana samanvitam. When one is fully equipped with jnana and vijnana, he is perfect. Jnana means that one understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, to be the Supreme Being. Vijnana refers to the activities that liberates one from the ignorance of natural existence. Means one who applies the knowledge he has learned from practicing bhakti. Then what happens? That will liberate him. That is the activity. And liberate one from the ignorance of material existence. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto 9, chapter 31, Jnanam Paramaguhyam me jad vijnana samanitam. Knowledge of the Supreme Lord is very confidential, and the supreme knowledge by which one understands Him furthers the liberation of all living entities. This knowledge is Vijnana, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma karma cha me divyam evam jagati tatpatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sarjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. So, the verse says, Adhyatma, third verse, Adhyatma yogena vivikta sevaya pranendriyatma vijayena sadhyak jadrichaya जदृच्छया सदृच नहीं सद सत्श्रद्धया ब्रह्मचर्येण शश्वत असंप्रमादेन जमेन वाचा. So here few other sadhana is explained. Adhyatma yogena means he is always engaged in the study of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Devotion, all these books. Okay, Adhyatma Yoga. And Vivikta Sevaya means he is living in a spiritually uplifting place. That is meaning of solitary place. Vivikta. We live like our devotees, even if they go to the foreign country, they try to see, we want to live together, right? So that we will have our community devotees, we will have our temple. So that is called Vivikta Sevaya. And pranendriyatma vijayena sadhyak means he has completely brought his senses, his mind under his control completely. And satshraddhaya, again, satshraddhaya means he has faith in scripture, he has faith in the sadhus. Guru, Sadhana Shastra, Saswadhaya, Brahmacharyena. He practices celibacy and Saswat, always he is practicing. Then Asampramadena, Kartavyasya Aparityagena. Means he knows what is my duty. Like we have many devotees in Krishna consciousness, they are grihasthas. So grihastha means they have to work to maintain their family. That is their kartavya. Kartavya means that activity which cannot be avoided. Right? That is called kartavya, must be done. So a family man must maintain his family. So in that way, when our devotees are engaged in practicing, and doing some business or working in a company to maintain the family members, but at the same time, they also practice devotional service. That is the meaning that asampramade means he is not avoiding his duty, he is performing his duty. Jamena, Bacham, and by restraint. Uh, his words, when he speaks, he is also controlled in his sleep speaking. So, in that way, when a devotee practices these items, it will eventually qualify him to become free from the bondage which is arising from the false ego. Uh, so, once again, we can read the translation, then we will open the floor for question. O my sons, you should accept a highly elevated Paramahamsa, a spiritually advanced spiritual master. In this way, you should place your faith and love in me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You should detest sense gratification and tolerate the duality of pleasure and pain, which are like the seasonal changes of summer and winter. Try to realize the miserable condition of living entities who are miserable even in the higher planetary systems. Philosophically, philosophically inquiring about the truth, then undergo all kinds of austerities and penances for the sake of devotional service. Give up the endeavor for sense enjoyment and engage in the service of the Lord. Listen to discussions about the Supreme Personality of Godhead and always associate with devotees. Chant about and glorify the Supreme Lord and look upon everyone equally on the spiritual platform. Means your happiness and distress is the happiness and distress of others, or others' distress is your distress, others' happiness is your happiness. Give up enmity and subdue anger and lamentation. Abandon identifying the self with the body and the home and practice reading the revealed scriptures. Live in a secluded place and practice the process by which you can completely control your life air, mind, and senses. Have full faith in the revealed scriptures, the Vedic literatures, and always observe celibacy. Perform your prescribed duties and avoid unnecessary talks. Always thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, acquire knowledge from the right source. Thus, practicing Bhakti Yoga, you will patiently and enthusiastically be elevated in knowledge and will be able to give up the false ego. Become free from the bondage. Give up false ego means become free from this linga sarira. So, subtle body. Okay, so I think maybe now we can open the floor for questions and answers. If you have any question, comment, if you have any complaint also, you can now speak. Okay?
Thank you very much, Padmanayan, for a wonderful class. The viewers guide, yeah, Amritama Prabhu, that's come to show Prabhu, guide.
Yes, please. Now you can ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. All Parishti Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu, for the class. My question is, you had mentioned that there could be this mixed type of bhakti, and there are some devotees who would want prestige, power. They're
Mm.
practicing sadhakas, maybe some in position of authority. Now, it is because of the ego, as you mentioned.
Mm.
So, if you also, as a sadhaka, is in the
Mm.
same congregation,
Mm.
wouldn't obeying their instructions further put them into this bondage? What should your role be when such a person gives you instructions, Prabhu?
Actually, in our Krishna conscious practice, I say Krishna has not given us the dealership. You know, dealership means you are the distributor, okay, or you are the one who has to cross check on everyone. Krishna has not given us the dealership of checking who is actually committing mistake in Krishna consciousness. So what we should do is we should be intelligent enough to see here it is said no that uh, jigyasaya heo upadaya means if you are sincerely practicing Krishna bhakti, you know what is to be abandoned and what is to be accepted
Mm,
without entering into conflict, without raising any kind of a voice or any even signal that I don't like. We just withdraw ourselves from the situation and we stay in our path. We know this is what I supposed to do. This is not conducive for my Krishna conscious practice. So if something, then when it is asked, you can also, as a devotee, in a very humble and polite way, you can explain why you decline to certain things without arguing, without bad mouthing, without finding fault. We can explain because this is what I have understood from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is how I want to cultivate my Krishna consciousness. So this is how I am practicing. Very simple. This should be our stand. Because we have to live in the community of the devotee. And as
mm,
we know, we are all sadhaka. Sadhaka means we are still having some impurities. We have to deal with these impurities. And you cannot expect a perfect, pure Sangha in this world. So it ought to happen. So we have to face these situations. As we say, we cannot, one cannot expect that there'll be no challenges. No, there'll be challenges. But how to deal with the challenges? This is what we need to learn as a sadhaka. Make sense, Prabhu?
very nice. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna. Next question, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
please.
Dhanvat Pranam.
Okay, so good.
Yeah, this is related Vijnana, what we
Mm,
discussed about
mm,
how to integrate our knowledge with the action.
mm,
So, whatever the limited knowledge with the mercy of Guru, Parampara, and uh, Sri Radha Shyam Sundar, we are trying to see how we apply that knowledge to receive that mercy in our daily dealings, right? That's the
mm,
realized knowledge. This is basically, we also have the unavoidable the duties like following the dharma to maintain our family.
mm,
How to constantly check ourselves, are we performing them as an offering to the Lord without attachment
mm,
while still dedicating the time what we have for this direct service, like in whatever deity service or for the uh,
mm,
other devotees, what we do. Is my
mm,
basically the question is my practice what we do or the sadhana what we do is making me more compassionate, how we deal with our devotees is
mm.
and also guru, are we free from this envy?
Mm. Okay, so what we should do is, we'll go here. Sarvakarmanna Pishuddha Kurbana Madhyapasya. Okay. This one. So if you see, like you say, now what is how we should see in a practical way that we are a grahastha, we have to maintain our family, we are working outside. So in practical question, I'll just, if you have Bhagavad Gita, sometimes you can refer to Prabhupada's purport to 18th chapter, text number 57, Chetasa Sarvakarmani Mai Sanyasamatpara Buddhi Yugam Pasrityam Machita Sotam Bhava. Basically, your question is how we can fix our consciousness unto Krishna at all point in time. When we are a grahastha, we have to involve ourselves in many different types of engagements. So how to do that? So practically, Prabhupada is saying, in his purport is saying, I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. That means while you are working in the office, it's not that you are always thinking about Krishna. You have to give your mind to your office work. You cannot think of Krishna at that time, practically speaking. But in your deep rooted consciousness, you have accepted this fact that this is the service I have got, it's by Krishna's mercy. And whatever money I am earning, I am going to engage this to take care of those Vaishnavis who have been entrusted to me by Krishna. You know this. Not that my child, that's why I am doing this, serving my child. Or my wife, that's why I am buying the item for her. You don't think like that. You think they have been sent to me by Krishna to take care of them, to help them become Krishna conscious. Actually, Krishna is maintainer. I am maintaining them on behalf of Krishna. See, such a highly elevated consciousness. When you think like that and you are working in the office, then before you go to office, you chant your round, you do deti seva. After you come back, again you do some prayers, chanting everything, and you are perfectly Krishna conscious. This is how we should learn how. This is called Vijnana. Chetasa sarva karmani mai sanyasya. You have given up everything, surrender everything to Krishna in your consciousness. Chetasa sarva karmani mai sanyasya. Krishna is the maintainer. I am actually maintaining on his behalf. This is Chetasa Sarva Karmani, Mai Sanyasya. And Buddhi Yogam Upasritya. You have intelligence. You know how to kind of see these things in a Krishna conscious way. Machita Satam Bhava. In this way, we should practice. Just one example. Does it make sense, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay. Krishna Namananda, Prabhu.
Anybody else? So,
I
Krishna,
think there is no other
comment.
question.
Krishna, can I ask question or somebody raise the hand?
Go ahead, Jagadish.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, Sadhu.
Prabhu, a question like you mentioned that Gyan Mishram Bhakti and Karma Mishram Bhakti, and if we have some desire, the bounding, the bondage, condition again. So like Prem Kusar Prabhu asked already the question, just to extend that, like a Grasta have so many other also, the desire, sometimes we don't know this wanted or unwanted. Like you have other kids who are trying to some maintain the fees, this and that. Even sometimes we don't know this limit or so this is like it create the gyan mesram bhakti and or though we have the gyan but still forget what we need. So how to understand that the grasta is a really the natural or this is something against the Krishna consciousness. So how to apply that?
Okay, I can just speak with the principle, but elaborate description will be differ from case to case. Okay. See, the general thing is you should know that you are practicing Krishna Bhakti and you have many other things to do. And as you said, worried about sometimes children, their result, their study, anything, whatever you say. Actually, as a grihastha, you cannot avoid worrying. Try to understand this. If you are not worrying, then you should not be a grihastha. Okay? Grihastha means that has to be there. But then how to draw a balance between how much I should commit myself, how much I should be dedicated to thinking about my children, family welfare, and about my Krishna consciousness. So here you should know that the quality of Krishna Bhakti practice has to be ascertained by you, or the degree of severity of Krishna consciousness in your practice should be determined by you. You may be, okay, early in the morning, you wake up, then you maybe chant a few rounds, then get ready, go to office. You are in the office until evening. Then after evening, come back, night time, maybe 1 or 2 hours here. So if you compare, if you see the entire day schedule, maybe you are getting hardly 2 to 3 hours time to give to Krishna, right? And rest of the time, out of 24 hours, you are doing some other things. But Krishna is not bothered about actually how many hours you have spent for doing other things and how many hours you have given to him. Krishna is looking forward to these 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever you are consciously giving to Krishna, you make sure that you really give that time to him with full consciousness, without compromise. That time you're chanting, don't look into mobile phone. Don't talk to your wife about provisions that you need to purchase. No. That time, your time is with Krishna. Okay? Then what happens when your quality of service is like this standard? From Krishna's perspective, he sees, okay, here is my grihastha devotee. He has got, after taking care of all his family responsibility, he has got 2 hours. He is honestly, with sincerity, humility, and service, he is giving these 2 hours to me. Whereas a sannyasi, he has got 24 hours. He is not a grihastha. He doesn't have any other thing to do. He has got 24 hours by his side, and he is giving these 24 hours to me. But for Krishna, he sees same equal. He has got 2 hours, he is giving 2 hours, he has got 24 hours, he is giving 24 hours. But the honesty of your dedication, sincerity of your Krishna conscious practice during that period, what counts in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying, no, Parinishthita Bhakta means predominantly he is engaged in Krishna conscious practice. Even if you are, in the house, in the office, you are in the, field or in the business place, you never lose your track. Means you, back of your mind, time is ringing. Oh, now this is the time I have to do this. This is Rajbhog time. I have to go back home to make a Rajbhog offering. From business place he is running. Something like that. So he is always conscious. At the same time, he has to do what practical activity he needs to perform to take care of his family members. Make sense, Subhu? Prabhuji?
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Good.
Anyone else? Okay. Prabhu is very busy with many other things. So he's just preaching and classes for Mayapur Institute. If you don't have any other things.
So, they are all your congregation members, Krishna and Prabhu?
Central New Jersey, we'll see you soon here. In a month back or so, you want to come. But we couldn't, somehow some other things were going on at that time. But when you come next time, please let us know.
Let's see what Krishna wants. When he makes the plan, then we will see you.
Thank you so
That's
much.
up to him.
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Vancha kalpatarubhasya
Hare
Devajo Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Namo Namah
Thank you so much.
Vaishnav ki jai.
Jai
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Ki Jai
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Quick announcements. Monday is Ekadasi in US. Tuesday is Ekadasi in India. Fasting from grains and beans. We join for Sunday feast program at our temple is Grand Central New Jersey, 5:30 to 9 p.m. And partner time will post it. Then I think 31st evening we'll have program. Christmas the 25th. We'll post those details. What time we'll have program. But December 31st, 7 p.m. to midnight. Program will be there. And temple January 1st morning. Japa, and then as well as Rompas from Maharaj Japa retreat from 19, 20, 21st, I guess, weekend, this coming weekend. So Japa retreat, how to chant attentively from Nama Parad, Nama Bas to Suddhana. So they join, take the association of Maharaj. Those are the quick announcements. Anybody else has any logistical question, any questions? If not, we'll conclude. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.